My beloved, stop for a moment and listen carefully. Do not rush past these words. Do not allow the noise of your day to steal this moment from you. I have something important to place upon your heart today. You may think you found this message by chance, but I tell you the truth. Nothing about your life is accidental when my hand is upon it. I know where you are. I know what you have been carrying. I know the thoughts that keep you awake at night and the questions you have been afraid to speak out loud. You have been wondering if anyone truly sees your struggle. You have smiled in front of others while carrying burdens that few people know about. You have fought battles in silence. You have cried tears when no one was watching. You have prayed prayers that seemed to disappear into the darkness. Yet I want you to know something today. I have seen every moment. I have heard every prayer. I have collected every tear. There were times when you thought I was silent. There were moments when you believed I had forgotten you. But my child, my silence was never abandonment. Even when you could not see me moving, I was working behind the scenes of your life. I was arranging circumstances. I was protecting you from things you never knew existed. I was preparing roads you had not yet traveled. I was strengthening you for battles you had not yet faced. You have asked me why the journey has been so difficult. You have wondered why certain doors remained closed while others seemed to walk through open doors with ease. You have questioned why your prayers appeared delayed. But what you call delay, I often call preparation. What you call waiting, I often call training. What you call a closed door, I often call protection. Think about how much you have grown. Think about the strength you possess today that you did not have a year ago. Think about the wisdom that was born from your pain. Think about the compassion that emerged from your struggles. The things that tried to break you have actually been shaping you. The storms that frightened you have been teaching you how to trust me more deeply. There are people around you who only see the surface. They see your smile but not your sacrifice. They see your strength but not your struggle. They see your progress but not the battles you fought to get there. But I see everything. I see the courage it took to keep going when you wanted to quit. I see the faith it took to believe when circumstances gave you every reason to doubt. I see the love you continue to show others, even when your own heart feels empty. You have spent too much time measuring your life against someone else's journey. You have compared your chapter 3 to someone else's chapter 20. You have looked at their blessings and wondered when your turn would come. But I am telling you now to lift your eyes away from comparison. I did not create you to live someone else's story. I created you with a purpose that is uniquely yours. The world teaches you to focus on what you lack. I teach you to recognize what you already possess. The world tells you to fear the future. I tell you to trust me with it. The world tells you that your value depends on achievement. I tell you that your value comes from being loved by me. Today, I want you to release something that has been weighing heavily upon your heart. Release the fear that says you are not enough. Release the lie that says you have missed your opportunity. Release the belief that your mistakes are greater than my mercy. Release the burden of trying to control everything. You do not have to carry tomorrow before it arrives. You do not have to solve every problem today. You do not have to know every answer before taking the next step. Trust me with the things you cannot understand. Trust me with the questions that remain unanswered. Trust me with the parts of your story that still seem unfinished. There is a reason you are still here. There is a reason you still have breath in your lungs. There is a reason your story is not over. I am not finished working in your life. The chapter you are living now is not the final chapter. There is more ahead of you than behind you. When fear whispers that nothing will change, remember my promises. When doubt tells you to give up, remember my faithfulness. When discouragement tries to convince you that your efforts are wasted, remember that I reward those who continue to trust me. I want you to begin looking at your life differently. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Ask, what is God teaching me through this? Instead of saying, I cannot handle this, say, God will help me through this. Instead of focusing on what is missing, focus on what I am building. Your breakthrough begins with a renewed mind. Your peace begins with trusting me. Your strength begins with surrendering what you cannot control. The victory you seek often starts with a simple decision to keep believing. Do not stop now. Do not turn away from hope. Do not allow temporary difficulties to convince you that permanent defeat is your future. I am greater than the obstacle before you. I am greater than the fear within you. I am greater than the uncertainty around you. And as you continue listening to these messages, stay with me until the very end, because each part will reveal truths that can help strengthen your faith, transform your perspective, and guide your steps. What you learn and apply can change the way you face every challenge in your life. If this message has touched your heart, type, "Yes, Lord," in the comments as a declaration of faith. And if these words have encouraged you today, take a moment to like this message, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs hope. If you feel blessed by this ministry and would like to help it reach more people, you can support it through the link provided below. If you feel your support helps these messages continue reaching hearts that need encouragement, remember this: I am with you. I have not forgotten you. I am still working, and your story is far from over. My beloved, keep your eyes on me, because greater things are still ahead. Listen to me carefully today. Before you continue with your day, before you allow distractions to pull your attention away, I want you to hear my voice speaking directly to your heart. There is something you must understand about the season you are in. What feels like waiting to you is not wasted time in my hands. What feels like delay is not abandonment. What feels like standing still is often preparation for movement you cannot yet see. You have been looking at your life and wondering why certain things have not happened yet. You have watched opportunities pass by. You have seen others move ahead while you remained in the same place. You have asked questions that seem to echo without answers. You have prayed, trusted, and hoped. Yet the results you expected have not arrived according to your timeline. But I am asking you to see things from a different perspective. A seed buried in the ground appears inactive before it begins to grow. The roots develop long before the tree becomes visible. The foundation is built before the house rises. Preparation often happens in places where human eyes cannot see it. Just because you do not see immediate results does not mean nothing is happening. I have been working in areas of your life that remain hidden from your view. I have been removing obstacles before you encounter them. I have been arranging connections before you meet them. I have been creating opportunities before they appear. I have been strengthening your character so you can sustain the blessings you are asking me to provide. Many people want the reward without the preparation. They desire the harvest without the season of planting. They want strength without challenges. They want wisdom without experience. But lasting growth requires a process. You have prayed for greater responsibility. I have been teaching you faithfulness. You have prayed for influence. I have been developing humility. You have prayed for success. I have been building character. You have prayed for open doors. I have been preparing you to walk through them with wisdom. There are things you once prayed for that would have harmed you if I had given them to you too early. There were relationships you wanted that were not right for your future. There were opportunities you thought you missed that would have distracted you from your purpose. There were paths you desperately wanted to walk that would have led you away from where I needed you to be. You see one chapter. I see the entire story. You focus on the present moment. I see every tomorrow that is waiting ahead of you. That is why you must learn to trust me, even when you do not understand what I am doing. My child, faith is not believing only when everything makes sense. Faith is trusting me when the answers are incomplete. Faith is continuing to move forward even when the road ahead is not fully visible. Faith is choosing hope when circumstances try to convince you otherwise. I know there are moments when discouragement tries to settle over your heart. There are days when you wonder if your efforts matter. There are times when disappointment whispers that nothing will ever change. Do not listen to those voices. The same God who carried you through past difficulties is carrying you now. The same God who opened doors before can open doors again. The same God who provided in difficult seasons has not lost his ability to provide. Remember where you once were. There were situations you thought would destroy you, yet you survived. There were problems you thought could never be solved, yet solutions appeared. There were seasons you thought would never end, yet they passed. The evidence of my faithfulness already exists throughout your life. You are stronger than you realize. You are more resilient than you know. You have already overcome battles that once seemed impossible. Stop measuring your future by your current circumstances. A difficult season is not a permanent destination. A temporary struggle is not a permanent identity. An obstacle is not the end of the journey. Many people quit moments before a breakthrough. They become so focused on the difficulty of the process that they lose sight of the promise beyond it. They allow frustration to convince them to stop when they should continue. Do not make that mistake. Keep showing up. Keep praying. Keep learning. Keep growing. Keep trusting. The effort you make today is preparing results you may not see immediately. Every step of faith matters. Every act of obedience matters. Every choice to keep believing matters. You may not see progress every day, but progress is still happening. The roots are growing beneath the surface. The preparation is taking place. The foundation is becoming stronger. The lessons are becoming wisdom. The struggles are becoming strength. One day you will look back and understand why certain things happened the way they did. You will see how I protected you from paths that looked appealing but would have led to disappointment. You will see how I used challenges to develop qualities that became essential for your future. Until then, trust me. Do not allow fear to control your decisions. Do not allow impatience to steal your peace. Do not allow comparison to rob your joy. Focus on the assignment I have placed in front of you today. Be faithful with what is already in your hands. Be grateful for what you already have. Be willing to grow where you are planted. The future you are praying for is being shaped by the choices you make right now. Continue listening until the very end of this series, because every message is designed to help you develop stronger faith, greater wisdom, and deeper trust. The principles you apply today can transform the direction of your life tomorrow. And remember this truth: your waiting season is not empty. It is full of purpose. It is full of preparation. It is full of opportunities to become the person I created you to be. If you believe that I am working even when you cannot see it, type "I will trust God" in the comments. Hold your head high. Keep moving forward. Keep your faith alive. What I am building in your life is worth the wait, and the lessons you learn in this season will become part of the testimony you share in the future. I am with you. I am guiding you. And I am not finished with your story. Stay close to me, because there is still much more I want to reveal to you. Listen to me for a moment. Slow down and let these words settle into your spirit. There is something that has been weighing heavily upon you, and I want to speak directly to that burden today. You have been carrying things I never asked you to carry. You have been holding responsibilities that do not belong to you. You have been trying to control outcomes that are beyond your reach, and because of it, your heart has become tired, your mind has become restless, and your peace has been difficult to find. I see how often you replay conversations in your mind. I see how frequently you revisit mistakes from your past. I see the way you worry about tomorrow before tomorrow has even arrived. You tell yourself that if you think about it long enough, perhaps you can solve it. If you worry about it enough, perhaps you can prevent it. If you carry it long enough, perhaps it will somehow become lighter. But that is not how I created you to live. You were never designed to carry the weight of the entire future on your shoulders. You were never meant to bear every burden alone. You were never intended to live trapped between regret about yesterday and fear about tomorrow. I created you to walk with me, not apart from me. Many of the things stealing your peace today are things you cannot control anyway. You cannot control every person's opinion of you. You cannot control every circumstance that comes into your life. You cannot control every opportunity that appears or disappears. You cannot control every outcome. But you can control where you place your trust. That is why I am calling you to release what has been exhausting your soul. Release the need to have every answer. Release the pressure to be perfect. Release the fear of disappointing everyone around you. Release the expectation that you must carry every problem by yourself. You have spent so much energy trying to hold everything together that you have forgotten. I am the one who holds you together. My child, there is a difference between responsibility and burden. Responsibility is doing what I have called you to do. Burden is carrying things that belong in my hands. Too often you confuse the two. You are responsible for your obedience, but you are not responsible for controlling the results. You are responsible for planting seeds, but you are not responsible for forcing them to grow. You are responsible for making wise choices, but you are not responsible for controlling every outcome. Leave room for me to do what only I can do. I know there are situations that seem impossible right now. There are questions you cannot answer. There are challenges you do not know how to overcome. There are doors that remain closed despite your efforts. But remember who is speaking to you. I am the God who creates paths where none seem to exist. I am the God who provides solutions when human wisdom runs out. I am the God who can accomplish in a moment what people spend years trying to achieve through their own strength. Why are you carrying what belongs to me? Why are you losing sleep over battles I am capable of handling? Why are you allowing fear to consume your thoughts when my promises remain unchanged? The answer is not to work harder until you collapse. The answer is not to worry more until you become exhausted. The answer is not to push yourself beyond your limits. The answer is trust. Trust does not mean pretending difficulties do not exist. Trust means believing that I am greater than those difficulties. Trust does not mean you will never feel concern. Trust means refusing to let concern become your master. Trust does not mean understanding everything. Trust means believing me, even when understanding is incomplete. There are people listening right now who have carried disappointment for years. They expected life to look different by now. They imagined they would be further ahead. They thought certain prayers would already be answered. Perhaps that is your story too. Maybe you look at your life and see unfinished dreams. Maybe you see delayed opportunities. Maybe you see unanswered questions. Maybe you see scars left behind by painful experiences. But I see something different. I see a person who is still standing despite every reason to quit. I see a person who has survived storms they once thought would destroy them. I see a person who continues searching for hope, even after disappointment. I see strength that you do not always recognize in yourself. I see courage that has carried you farther than you realize. And I see a future that is not limited by your current circumstances. The enemy wants you to believe that what you see now is all there will ever be. He wants you to believe that your struggles define your future. He wants you to think your best days are behind you. Do not believe that lie. The chapter you are living now is not the entire story. There are blessings you have not yet seen, lessons you have not yet learned, doors you have not yet walked through, relationships you have not yet discovered, victories you have not yet celebrated. Keep moving forward. Keep trusting me. Keep bringing your concerns to me in prayer. Keep choosing faith over fear. Every day you choose trust, you weaken the power that anxiety tries to hold over your life. Every day you choose gratitude, you strengthen your ability to recognize my goodness. Every day you choose obedience, you position yourself for greater growth. Do not underestimate the power of small, faithful steps. The world celebrates dramatic moments, but many of life's greatest transformations happen gradually. They happen through daily decisions, daily trust, daily surrender, daily faithfulness. Continue watching until the end of this journey, because each message contains wisdom that can help you face challenges with greater confidence, stronger faith, and deeper peace. The truths you apply today can influence generations that come after you. Today, I want you to make a simple decision. Stop carrying what I never asked you to carry. Bring it to me. The fear, the worry, the uncertainty, the disappointment, the pressure, the burden. Place it in my hands. I am strong enough to carry what is too heavy for you. I am wise enough to guide what confuses you. I am faithful enough to finish what I have started in your life. If you are ready to place your burdens in my hands, type God, I give it to you in the comments. Remember this truth as you move forward today. You do not walk alone. I am with you in every challenge, every decision, every battle, and every victory. Keep your eyes on me, and you will discover that the peace you have been searching for was never far away. I am still leading you. I am still strengthening you. And I am still working all things together for your good. Stay close, because there is much more I want to teach you in the days ahead. Listen to my voice today. Push aside the distractions for a few moments and allow these words to settle deeply into your heart. There is something you need to understand about everything you have been through. The pain was real. The disappointment was real. The betrayal was real. The tears were real. I am not asking you to pretend those things never happened. I am not asking you to deny the wounds you carry. But I am asking you to see them through a different lens. For too long, you have looked at your struggles as evidence that you were losing. You have looked at your hardships as proof that you were forgotten. You have looked at your delays as signs that your future was slipping away. But what if the very things that seemed determined to destroy you were actually preparing you for a greater purpose? Think about your journey. There were seasons when you felt abandoned. There were moments when you felt rejected. There were times when people walked away without explanation. There were opportunities that disappeared right when you thought they would finally change your life. There were prayers that seemed unanswered. There were nights when your heart felt heavier than your body could carry. And yet, you are still here. Take a moment and recognize that truth. You are still here. The storm did not destroy you. The rejection did not end you. The failure did not define you. The disappointment did not finish your story. You survived things that once convinced you that you would never recover. You endured battles that seemed impossible at the time. You faced situations that stretched your faith beyond what you thought it could handle. And even though you may still carry scars, those scars are proof that you survived. The enemy wanted your pain to make you bitter. I wanted your pain to make you wiser. The enemy wanted your struggles to weaken your faith. I used your struggles to strengthen it. The enemy wanted your setbacks to convince you to quit. I used those setbacks to teach you perseverance. You see, there is a difference between being broken and being rebuilt. Sometimes, what feels like breaking is actually rebuilding. When old beliefs collapse, new wisdom can grow. When unhealthy attachments are removed, healthier foundations can be established. When pride is humbled, character is strengthened. When comfort zones are challenged, growth becomes possible. My child, some of the strongest people are not those who never faced hardship. They are those who walked through hardship and chose to keep believing anyway. Strength is not the absence of struggle. Strength is continuing despite struggle. Strength is trusting when answers are delayed. Strength is choosing hope when circumstances look hopeless. Strength is refusing to surrender your faith when fear tries to take control. I know there are parts of your story that still hurt. There are memories that still bring tears to your eyes. There are moments you wish had never happened. There are losses you still do not fully understand. But hear me carefully. Your pain is not your identity. Your mistakes are not your identity. Your disappointments are not your identity. Your failures are not your identity. You are not defined by what happened to you. You are defined by who I created you to be. The world often labels people according to their wounds. I see people according to their purpose. The world focuses on your past. I focus on your future. The world reminds you of your failures. I remind you of my grace. The world tells you what you cannot do. I remind you of what is possible when you walk with me. Many people never discover their true potential because they spend all their energy looking backward. They replay old regrets. They relive old disappointments. They revisit old wounds, and without realizing it, they become trapped in places they were meant to move beyond. Do not stay where I have called you to grow. Do not build your future around your fears. Do not allow yesterday to dictate tomorrow. You have learned enough from the past. Now it is time to move forward. There are lessons your struggles have taught you that comfort never could. You have learned compassion because you know what pain feels like. You have learned patience because you know what waiting feels like. You have learned perseverance because you know what hardship feels like. You have learned gratitude because you know what loss feels like. These lessons are valuable. Do not waste them. Use them to help others. Use them to encourage others. Use them to become the person I am shaping you to be. There are people you will meet in the future who need the wisdom you gained from your struggles. There are people who will find hope because of your testimony. There are people who will keep going because they see how I carried you through difficult seasons. Never underestimate the impact of your story. Your story is not only about you, it is also about the lives you will touch. It is about the encouragement you will provide. It is about the hope you will share. It is about the faith you will inspire. That is why you must not quit. That is why you must keep moving forward. That is why you must continue trusting me, even when you do not understand every detail. The greatest chapters of your story have not been written yet. The greatest lessons are still unfolding. The greatest opportunities may still be ahead. The greatest growth may still be coming. Do not judge your future based on your current circumstances. A difficult chapter does not determine the ending of the book. What matters is that you keep turning the page. What matters is that you keep walking forward. What matters is that you keep trusting me. Continue watching until the end of this entire journey, because every message is designed to strengthen your faith, renew your hope, and help you apply timeless truths to your everyday life. The wisdom you gain today can become the foundation for victories tomorrow. Today, I want you to stop seeing yourself as someone who is defeated by hardship. See yourself as someone who was strengthened through it. See yourself as someone who grew through it. See yourself as someone who survived it. See yourself as someone who is still standing, because I never left your side. If you believe that your struggles are making you stronger, type "I am still standing" in the comments. Remember this: what tried to break you did not succeed. You are stronger, wiser, and more prepared than you realize. Keep your faith alive. Keep your eyes on me. Keep moving forward. I am not finished with your story. Your best days are not behind you. And the strength I have been building within you will carry you into the purpose I have prepared for your life. Listen closely to me today. Do not rush through these words. Do not allow your mind to wander to tomorrow's worries or yesterday's disappointments. Right now, I want your attention focused on this moment, because there is something important I need you to understand. You have been trying to carry too much at once. You have been thinking about next week while still standing in today. You have been worrying about problems that have not happened. You have been creating battles in your mind before the battle even arrives. And because of this, your heart has become tired. Your thoughts have become heavy. Your peace has become difficult to maintain. But I did not create you to live that way. I never asked you to carry an entire lifetime in a single day. I never asked you to solve every problem before it appears. I never asked you to understand every detail of your future. I asked you to trust me. One day at a time. Many people lose today's blessing because they are consumed by tomorrow's concerns. They miss opportunities because they are distracted by uncertainty. They overlook my presence because they are focused on their fears. Do not make that mistake. Look at your life honestly. How many things have you worried about that never happened? How many nights have you lost sleep over situations that eventually worked themselves out? How many times have you imagined the worst, only to discover that the reality was completely different. Fear often creates stories that never come true, yet those stories still steal your peace. That is why I am calling you back to trust. Trust is not knowing every answer. Trust is knowing the one who holds the answers. Trust is not having complete certainty about the future. Trust is having confidence in my character. Trust is believing that even when you cannot see the road ahead, I know exactly where it leads. My child, you are not walking through life alone. I am not watching from a distance. I am not absent from your struggles. I am present in every moment. When you wake up in the morning, I am there. When you face difficult decisions, I am there. When you feel discouraged, I am there. When you celebrate victories, I am there. When you cry in private, I am there. When nobody else understands what you are feeling, I understand. Nothing about your life escapes my attention. Not your dreams, not your fears, not your prayers, not your struggles, not your hopes. I know all of it. And because I know all of it, I know exactly what you need. Sometimes what you need is not immediate change. Sometimes what you need is greater trust. Sometimes what you need is patience. Sometimes what you need is wisdom. Sometimes what you need is growth. The challenge is that you often focus on what you want, while I focus on what you need. You want quick answers. I want lasting transformation. You want immediate results. I want sustainable growth. You want the destination. I want to prepare you for the journey. The greatest blessings in your life are often built through small daily decisions. A stronger faith is built one day at a time. A healthier mindset is built one day at a time. A better future is built one day at a time. A closer relationship with me is built one day at a time. Do not underestimate the power of consistency. Many people are looking for one dramatic moment to change everything. But real transformation usually happens through faithful daily choices. Choosing gratitude when complaining would be easier. Choosing faith when fear feels stronger. Choosing hope when circumstances look uncertain. Choosing obedience when shortcuts seem tempting. These choices matter. They shape who you become. They prepare you for what is ahead. There are blessings you are praying for that require a stronger version of you. There are opportunities that require greater wisdom. There are responsibilities that require deeper character. That is why this season matters. Every lesson matters. Every challenge matters. Every step matters. Nothing is wasted when it is placed in my hands. Even the difficult seasons can become valuable when they draw you closer to me. Even the delays can become meaningful when they teach you patience. Even the struggles can become useful when they strengthen your faith. Do not rush through the process. Do not become discouraged because growth feels slow. A tree does not become strong overnight. A foundation is not built in a single day. Character is not developed instantly. Trust the process. Trust my timing. Trust my guidance. There will be moments when you do not understand what I am doing. There will be times when the road ahead appears unclear. There will be situations where answers seem delayed. In those moments, remember what I have already done. Remember the prayers I have answered. Remember the doors I have opened. Remember the ways I have provided. Remember the battles I have helped you overcome. My faithfulness in the past is evidence of my faithfulness in the future. The same God who carried you yesterday is carrying you today. And the same God who carries you today will carry you tomorrow. So stop trying to live next month before next month arrives. Stop carrying next year's worries. Stop allowing fear to steal today's peace. Focus on this moment. Focus on today's opportunities. Focus on today's responsibilities. Focus on today's blessings. And trust me with the rest. Continue watching until the very end of this series, because each message contains lessons that can strengthen your faith, improve your perspective, and help you walk through life with greater confidence and peace. What you learn today can help shape the person you become tomorrow. If you are choosing to trust me one day at a time, type, I trust God today in the comments. And if these messages are helping you grow in faith, take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs encouragement today. If you feel blessed by these words and would like to help this ministry continue reaching people around the world, you can support it through the link below. Every act of support helps spread hope, faith, and encouragement to others. Remember this truth as you move forward. You do not need to have everything figured out. You only need to take the next faithful step. I am guiding you. I am strengthening you. I am teaching you. And day by day, I am leading you toward the future I have prepared for you. Listen to me carefully today. There is something I need you to hear, not with your ears alone, but with your heart. You have been looking at certain areas of your life and believing that the story is over. You have looked at opportunities that disappeared, relationships that ended, dreams that seemed distant, and prayers that remain unanswered. And somewhere along the way, you began to believe that because a door closed, your future closed with it. But I'm telling you now, a closed door is not always a final answer. Many times, what appears to be an ending is actually a redirection. What looks like rejection is often protection. What feels like loss can become preparation. What seems like a setback can become the very thing that positions you for something greater. You see the door that closed. I see the path that is opening. You focus on what was taken away. I focus on what is being prepared. You grieve what did not happen. I see what can happen because it did not. There are moments in life when you cannot understand why certain things unfolded the way they did. You prayed for something with all your heart. You believed it would work out. You invested your time, your energy, your emotions. Yet the result was not what you expected. And because of that disappointment, you started questioning yourself. You wondered if you failed. You wondered if you made the wrong decisions. You wondered if you missed your chance. You wondered if you would ever recover. But hear me clearly today. Your future is not determined by one disappointment. Your purpose is not destroyed by one setback. Your destiny is not canceled because one door closed. I am bigger than every obstacle. I am greater than every disappointment. I am able to create opportunities where none seem to exist. The problem is that sometimes you become so focused on what left your life that you cannot recognize what is arriving. You keep staring at yesterday's door. Meanwhile, I am preparing tomorrow's opportunity. You keep mourning what was lost. Meanwhile, I am building something new. You keep asking why something ended. Meanwhile, I am preparing something that aligns more closely with your purpose. My child, trust me when I say that not every closed door is a punishment. Some doors close because they would have led you away from your purpose. Some relationships end because they cannot go where I am taking you. Some opportunities disappear because they are too small for the future I have planned. Some delays happen because your character needs further development before you receive what you are asking for. If I showed you everything I can see, many of the things you currently question would suddenly make sense. But faith does not require complete understanding. Faith requires trust. Trust that I know what I am doing. Trust that I see what you cannot see. Trust that I care about your future more than you do. Trust that my plans are not limited by your circumstances. Think about all the times in your life when you thought something was over. You thought you would never recover. You thought things would never improve. You thought the situation was permanent, yet somehow you kept moving forward. Somehow healing came. Somehow growth happened. Somehow new opportunities appeared. Somehow life continued. That was not an accident. That was my faithfulness. The same faithfulness that carried you through those seasons is carrying you now. I know there are areas where you feel stuck. I know there are prayers you are still waiting to see answered. I know there are dreams you have almost given up on. But I am asking you not to surrender your hope. Hope is not wishful thinking. Hope is confident expectation that I am still working. Hope says, I do not understand everything, but I trust God. Hope says, I cannot see the entire path, but I believe He is leading me. Hope says, this chapter may be difficult, but it is not the end. The enemy wants you to become discouraged. He wants you to believe that your best opportunities are behind you. He wants you to stop trying. He wants you to settle for less than what I created you for. Do not listen to that voice. Instead, listen to mine. I am the God of new beginnings. I am the God who restores. I am the God who redeems broken situations. I am the God who brings beauty from ashes. I am the God who opens doors no one else can open. Nothing in your life is beyond my ability to transform. Nothing is too broken. Nothing is too complicated. Nothing is too far gone. You may feel like you have lost valuable time, but I know how to redeem time. You may feel like opportunities were missed, but I know how to create new opportunities. You may feel like your future has been delayed, but I know how to accelerate what needs to happen in the right season. That is why I want you to stop defining your future by your disappointments. Stop measuring tomorrow by yesterday. Stop assuming that because one thing did not work out, nothing ever will. The story is not finished. The chapter is not complete. The journey is not over. There is still growth ahead. There is still purpose ahead. There is still healing ahead. There is still opportunity ahead. There is still joy ahead. There is still peace ahead. There is still more. Continue watching until the end of this journey, because every message is designed to strengthen your faith and help you apply wisdom that can transform your daily life. The truths you learn are not meant only to inspire you for a moment. They are meant to guide you toward lasting growth and deeper trust. Today, I want you to make a decision. Stop staring at the closed door. Start trusting the God who guides your path. Stop focusing on what did not happen. Start believing that I am still working. Stop allowing disappointment to define your expectations. Start expecting my goodness. If you believe that I am preparing something greater than what you can currently see, type God is making a way in the comments. Remember this truth. What looks like an ending to you may be the beginning of something far better than you imagined. I am still leading you. I am still opening doors. I am still writing your story, and the best chapters are still ahead. Pause for a moment and listen carefully. Before you allow another distraction to pull your attention away, I want you to hear this truth. There are things happening in your life right now that you cannot see. There are answers being prepared that you cannot yet recognize. There are opportunities developing beyond your current vision. There are changes taking place beneath the surface that your eyes have not discovered. Too often, you judge my work by what is visible. You look at your circumstances and decide whether I am moving. You look at your situation and decide whether progress is happening. You look at your challenges and decide whether your prayers are being answered. But my work is not limited to what your eyes can see. Long before a tree appears above the ground, roots are growing beneath it. Long before a sunrise reaches the horizon, light is already moving toward the earth. Long before a breakthrough becomes visible, preparation is taking place. This is why you must learn to trust me, even when you cannot see immediate results. I know there are moments when you feel discouraged. You pray, but nothing seems to change. You wait, but the answer does not arrive. You hope, but circumstances remain difficult. You trust, but the path ahead still appears uncertain. And because of this, you sometimes wonder if I am truly working. But I want you to remember something today. My activity is not dependent upon your ability to see it. I was working before you noticed. I was moving before you understood. I was preparing before you realized. And I am still working now. My child, some of the greatest transformations happen in hidden places. Character develops in private. Faith grows during waiting seasons. Wisdom is formed through experience. Strength is built through challenges. Patience is learned through delay. Many people want visible results without hidden growth. They want success without preparation. They want blessings without development. They want promotion without maturity. But lasting success requires a strong foundation, and foundations are built where few people can see them. That is exactly what I have been doing in your life. You have been focused on the outcome. I have been focused on the preparation. You have been asking for the destination. I have been strengthening you for the journey. You have been waiting for visible change. I have been building invisible strength. Do not underestimate what I am doing in this season. The lessons you are learning now will become valuable later. The patience you are developing now will help you in future challenges. The wisdom you are gaining now will guide future decisions. The faith you are building now will sustain future victories. Nothing is wasted when it is surrendered to me. Not your struggles, not your waiting, not your disappointments, not your questions, not your tears. I know every detail of your life. I know the battles you do not tell anyone about. I know the worries you carry quietly. I know the dreams you still hold in your heart. I know the fears you try to hide. And because I know all of these things, I know exactly how to guide you. You do not have to understand every step. You only need to trust the one who does. There are times when you become frustrated because progress seems slow. You compare your journey to someone else's. You look at their blessings and wonder why yours have not arrived. You see their victories and question your own path. But comparison blinds you to my work in your own life. You were never called to live someone else's story. You were never created to follow someone else's timeline. I have a unique purpose for your life, a unique path, a unique assignment, a unique journey. And because your journey is unique, your timing will be unique as well. Trust my timing. Trust my process. Trust my wisdom. I know exactly what I am doing. Many of the things you currently desire would not bring lasting joy if received before you were ready. That is why preparation matters. That is why growth matters. That is why patience matters. The blessing is important. But becoming the person who can steward that blessing is even more important. You have asked me to increase your influence, so I am teaching you humility. You have asked me for greater opportunities, so I am teaching you responsibility. You have asked me for success, so I am teaching you discipline. You have asked me for peace, so I am teaching you trust. Every lesson has a purpose. Every season has a purpose. Every challenge has a purpose, even when you cannot immediately see it. Do not let temporary frustration convince you that nothing is happening. Do not allow discouragement to make you overlook the growth taking place. Do not measure my faithfulness solely by visible results. Measure it by my presence. Measure it by the strength I have given you. Measure it by the wisdom you have gained. Measure it by the fact that despite everything you have faced, you are still moving forward. That is evidence of my work. That is evidence of my grace. That is evidence of my faithfulness. Continue watching until the very end of this series, because every message contains principles that can strengthen your faith, renew your perspective, and help you navigate life's challenges with greater wisdom. What you learn and apply today can influence your future in ways you cannot yet imagine. Today, I want you to stop focusing only on what is visible. Start trusting what I am doing behind the scenes. Start believing that growth is happening. Start believing that preparation is happening. Start believing that I am working even when you cannot see immediate results. If you believe that I am working in ways you cannot yet see, type "God is working for me" in the comments. Remember this truth. As you move forward today, I am working in places you cannot see. I am opening doors you do not yet know about. I am arranging opportunities you have not yet discovered. I am preparing answers you have not yet received. I am building strength you will soon need. and when the right time comes, you will look back and realize that I was working all along. Stay close to me. Keep trusting. Keep believing, because the story I am writing in your life is still unfolding, and there is far more ahead than you can currently imagine. Listen carefully to my voice today. There is something that has been standing between where you are and where I want to lead you. It is whispered to you during quiet moments. It has spoken loudly during difficult seasons. It has tried to influence your decisions, your expectations, and even your prayers. That thing is fear. Fear has a way of making small obstacles appear enormous. Fear has a way of convincing you that tomorrow will be worse than today. Fear has a way of turning possibilities into limitations. Fear has a way of making you focus on what could go wrong instead of what could go right. And if you are not careful, fear will begin making decisions that should belong to faith. I never created fear to be your guide. I never intended for anxiety to become your counselor. I never designed you to live trapped by worst-case scenarios. I created you to walk with confidence in my presence. Yet many times, without realizing it, you allow fear to shape your choices. You hesitate when you should move forward. You remain silent when you should speak. You stay where it is comfortable when I am calling you to grow. You avoid opportunities because uncertainty feels intimidating. You postpone dreams because failure seems possible. You limit yourself because fear has convinced you that safety is better than purpose. But hear me clearly today. A life controlled by fear will always be smaller than the life I created for you. Fear says, stay where you are. Faith says, trust God and move forward. Fear says, what if you fail? Faith says, what if God helps you succeed? Fear says, you are not ready. Faith says, God will strengthen you along the way. Fear says, the risk is too great. Faith says, God is greater than the risk. My child, there will never be a moment when every uncertainty disappears. There will never be a season where you know every detail of the future. There will never be a path completely free of challenges. That is why faith is necessary. Faith does not mean the absence of fear. Faith means choosing trust, even when fear is present. Faith means moving forward despite uncertainty. Faith means believing my promises more than your worries. I know there are areas of your life where fear has become familiar. Perhaps you fear disappointment because you have experienced it before. Perhaps you fear rejection because someone hurt you. Perhaps you fear failure because previous attempts did not work out. Perhaps you fear change because the unknown feels uncomfortable. Perhaps you fear trusting again because your heart carries old wounds. I understand those fears. I understand the experiences that created them. But I do not want those fears to become permanent walls around your future. You cannot move into a new season while holding tightly to every fear from the previous one. Growth requires trust. Healing requires trust. Progress requires trust. Purpose requires trust. Look at how many times fear has predicted outcomes that never happened. Think about how many worries never became reality. Think about how many situations turned out differently than you expected. Fear often acts like a false prophet. It predicts disaster. It predicts defeat. It predicts failure. And many times, none of those predictions come true. That is why you must be careful which voice you choose to believe. The loudest voice is not always the most truthful voice. Fear may be loud, but my promises are stronger. Fear may be persistent, but my faithfulness is greater. Fear may create uncertainty, but my guidance remains reliable. Do not allow temporary emotions to define permanent decisions. Some of your greatest opportunities may exist on the other side of courage. Some of your greatest growth may exist beyond your comfort zone. Some of your greatest blessings may require you to trust me more deeply than ever before. The people who accomplish meaningful things are not people who never feel fear. They are people who refuse to let fear control them. They move forward while trusting me. They keep believing when circumstances appear uncertain. They continue growing despite challenges. And that is exactly what I am calling you to do. Stop asking fear for permission to pursue your purpose. Stop allowing fear to decide what is possible. Stop letting fear convince you that your future is limited. You are capable of more than fear wants you to believe. You are stronger than fear wants you to realize. You are more prepared than fear wants you to know. And most importantly, you are not walking alone. I am with you. When you feel uncertain, I am with you. When you face challenges, I am with you. When you step into unfamiliar territory, I am with you. When you make difficult decisions, I am with you. My presence does not disappear when fear appears. In fact, my presence is often most powerful in the moments when you need courage the most. Continue watching until the end of this journey, because every message is designed to help you strengthen your faith, overcome limiting beliefs, and develop the confidence needed to fulfill the purpose I have placed within you. The wisdom you apply today can help shape the future you experience tomorrow. Today, I want you to make a decision. Stop consulting fear about your future. Start consulting me. Stop allowing fear to write your story. Start trusting the author of your story. Stop focusing on what could go wrong. Start believing that I am able to guide you through whatever comes. The future is too important to place in the hands of fear. Place it in my hands instead. If you are choosing faith over fear today, type "I choose faith" in the comments. Remember this truth: fear sees obstacles. I see opportunities. Fear sees limitations. I see possibilities. Fear sees reasons to stop. I see reasons to continue. Keep moving forward. Keep trusting me. Keep believing. Because the future I'm preparing for you is greater than the fears trying to hold you back, and the courage you build today will help carry you into the purpose waiting ahead. Listen to me carefully today. I know there are moments when you feel tired. I know there are days when the weight of responsibility feels heavier than you expected. I know there are times when you look at the distance still ahead and wonder if you have enough strength to continue. But I want you to stop for a moment and look behind you. Look at how far you have already come. Look at the battles you have already survived. Look at the obstacles you have already overcome. Look at the storms you have already endured. Look at the pain you have already walked through. There was a time when some of the challenges you face today would have completely overwhelmed you. There was a time when your faith was weaker, your confidence was smaller, and your understanding was limited. Yet through every season, I have been shaping you, teaching you, strengthening you, and preparing you. You are not the same person you were before. You have grown. You have learned. You have matured. You have developed strength that only comes through experience. The enemy wants you to focus on what is not happening. I want you to remember what has already happened. The enemy wants you to focus on your limitations. I want you to remember my faithfulness. The enemy wants you to become discouraged. I want you to become determined, because the truth is that you have already overcome more than you realize. My child, there are moments when growth feels invisible because it happens gradually. You do not always notice how much stronger you have become because you live with yourself every day. You do not always recognize how much wisdom you have gained because the lessons came one experience at a time. But I see it. I see the patience you did not have before. I see the wisdom you did not possess before. I see the courage that has developed within you. I see the maturity that has grown through your struggles. I see the resilience that has been formed through difficult seasons. Nothing you have endured has been wasted. Every challenge taught you something. Every setback strengthened you somehow. Every disappointment revealed something valuable. Every season had a purpose. Even the moments you wish had never happened have contributed to the person you are becoming. That does not mean I wanted you to suffer. It means I know how to bring good out of difficult situations. I know how to use broken pieces to create something beautiful. I know how to turn lessons into wisdom. I know how to transform pain into purpose. I know how to bring growth from struggle. That is what I have been doing in your life. You may not fully understand it yet. You may not see the complete picture, but one day you will look back and recognize how every season contributed to your development. You will understand why certain lessons were necessary. You will understand why patience mattered. You will understand why perseverance mattered. You will understand why faith mattered. And you will be grateful that you did not quit. Because quitting often happens right before growth becomes visible. People become discouraged because they cannot immediately see results. They become impatient because progress seems slow. They become frustrated because the journey takes longer than expected. And just when they are closest to a breakthrough, they decide to stop. Do not let that be your story. Keep going. Keep trusting. Keep learning. Keep growing. Keep believing. Do not measure your future by today's circumstances. Do not judge your entire life by one difficult season. Do not allow temporary struggles to create permanent conclusions. You are still moving forward. You are still growing. You are still learning. You are still becoming. And as long as you continue moving forward with faith, your story remains full of possibility. I know there are days when you feel like nobody notices your efforts. You work hard. You stay faithful. You keep showing up. You continue doing what is right. And sometimes it feels like your efforts go unseen. But I see them. I see every act of integrity. I see every sacrifice. I see every kind word. I see every moment of obedience. I see every choice to do the right thing, even when nobody else is watching. Nothing escapes my attention. Nothing is forgotten. Nothing is wasted. Faithfulness always matters. Even when recognition is delayed, even when results are delayed, even when progress seems invisible, continue being faithful. Continue doing your best. Continue honoring me through your actions. The harvest often arrives after a season of consistent effort. Do not abandon the field before the harvest comes. My child, there is more strength inside you than you realize. There is more courage inside you than you recognize. There is more potential inside you than you currently see. I would not have brought you this far only to leave you here. I have been with you through every chapter so far, and I will continue walking with you through every chapter ahead. The future does not belong to fear. The future belongs to those who continue trusting me. The future belongs to those who keep moving forward. The future belongs to those who refuse to surrender hope. Continue watching until the very end of this series, because every message is designed to strengthen your faith, deepen your trust, and help you apply timeless principles that can transform your life. The wisdom you gain today can become the foundation for victories you experience tomorrow. Today, I want you to remember one simple truth. You have come too far to give up now. Too many lessons have been learned. Too much growth has taken place. Too much strength has been built. Too much faith has been developed. Keep going, keep trusting, keep believing. If you are determined to keep moving forward no matter what, type, "I will not give up" in the comments. Remember this, the journey may not always be easy. The road may not always be smooth, but I am still with you. I am still guiding you. I am still strengthening you. And the story I am writing in your life is far from finished. Your greatest victories may still be ahead. Your greatest growth may still be ahead. And your greatest testimony may still be ahead. So lift your head, strengthen your heart, and keep moving forward with faith. Listen to me today. Take a deep breath and allow your heart to become still for a moment. I know there are situations in your life that seem difficult right now. I know there are challenges that have tested your patience. I know there are moments when you feel like you are walking through a season that never seems to end. But I need you to hear this truth. Where you are is not where you will always be. Your current struggle is not your final destination. Your present circumstances are not the complete story. The chapter you are living right now is not the last chapter I have written for your life. Too often, people mistake a season for a lifetime. They experience difficulty and assume things will always be difficult. They face disappointment and assume joy will never return. They encounter obstacles and assume progress is impossible. They walk through darkness and forget that morning always follows the night. Do not make that mistake. What you see today is temporary. What you feel today is temporary. What you are facing today is temporary. But my faithfulness is permanent. My promises are permanent. My love for you is permanent. My presence in your life is permanent. There was a time when you thought previous challenges would never end. You remember those moments. You remember the uncertainty. You remember the fear. You remember the frustration. Yet somehow you made it through. Not because you had all the answers, not because you were strong enough on your own, but because I was with you. And just as I carried you then, I am carrying you now. My child, one of the greatest mistakes people make is allowing their present circumstances to define their expectations for the future. They look at today's struggle and assume tomorrow will be the same. They look at today's limitations and assume future opportunities do not exist. They look at today's pain and assume healing is impossible. But I am not limited by your current circumstances. I am not limited by your present resources. I am not limited by what others think. I am not limited by what seems impossible to human understanding. The same God who created mountains can move obstacles. The same God who created oceans can create pathways. The same God who formed the stars knows exactly how to guide your life. Nothing about your situation surprises me. Nothing about your challenges overwhelms me. Nothing about your future confuses me. I know exactly where you are, and I know exactly where I am leading you. The challenge is that you often want to see the entire journey before taking the next step. You want complete certainty before moving forward. You want every question answered before trusting me. But that is not how faith works. Faith takes the next step even when the entire path is not visible. Faith continues believing when circumstances seem uncertain. Faith trusts my character when answers are delayed. Think about how many blessings you would have missed if you had stopped too early. Think about how many opportunities would never have happened if you had surrendered to discouragement. Think about how many lessons you would never have learned if every challenge had been removed immediately. Growth often happens in places where comfort ends. Strength often develops in seasons of resistance. Wisdom often emerges from experience, and character often grows through perseverance. That is why you must not allow temporary discomfort to make permanent decisions. You are learning things in this season that will help you in future seasons. You are developing strength that will support future responsibilities. You are gaining wisdom that will guide future decisions. You are becoming the person you need to be for what lies ahead. Do not underestimate the importance of this season. Even when it feels difficult, even when it feels slow, even when it feels unfair, I am still working, I am still teaching, I am still preparing, I am still guiding. There are opportunities ahead that you cannot yet see. There are blessings ahead that you cannot yet imagine. There are relationships ahead that will encourage you. There are victories ahead that will strengthen your testimony. There are moments ahead that will remind you why you never should have given up. The enemy wants you to believe that your current struggle defines your future. I want you to remember that your future is held in my hands, and my hands are stronger than your circumstances. My plans are greater than your fears. My wisdom is greater than your confusion. My power is greater than your obstacles. Do not lose hope because progress seems slow. Do not become discouraged because answers are delayed. Do not assume that because you cannot see the outcome, nothing is happening. Sometimes the greatest changes are taking place beneath the surface. Sometimes preparation happens before promotion. Sometimes growth happens before breakthrough. Sometimes character develops before opportunity arrives. Trust the process. Trust my timing. Trust my guidance. Continue watching until the very end of this journey because every message is designed to help you strengthen your faith, renew your perspective, and apply wisdom that can transform your daily life. The truths you are learning today can become tools that help you navigate future challenges with confidence and peace. Today, I want you to stop defining your future by your present circumstances. Stop allowing temporary struggles to create permanent conclusions. Stop measuring your destiny by today's difficulties. Instead, trust me. Trust my promises. Trust my timing. Trust my plan. If you believe that your current struggle is not your final destination, type "God is leading me forward" in the comments. And if these messages are strengthening your faith, take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs encouragement today. If you feel blessed by these words and would like to help this ministry continue reaching hearts around the world, you can support it through the link below. Your support helps spread hope, faith, and encouragement to people who need it most. Remember this truth: you are not stuck. You are not forgotten. You are not defeated. You are not finished. I am still working. I am still leading. I am still preparing. And the destination I have for you is greater than the struggle you are facing today. Keep moving forward. Keep trusting me, because your story is still being written and the best chapters have not yet been revealed. Listen to me today. Before you focus on what is still missing, before you think about the challenges you are facing, before you allow doubt to fill your mind, I want you to hear something that can change the way you see yourself. You have spent too much time focusing on what you are not. You have spent too much time looking at your weaknesses instead of recognizing the growth that is taking place. You have spent too much time questioning your ability, your purpose, your future, and your value. But I want you to see yourself through my eyes, because the way I see you is different from the way you often see yourself. You focus on your flaws. I see your potential. You focus on your failures. I see your progress. You focus on your mistakes. I see the lessons you learned. You focus on where you have fallen short. I see how far you have come. My child, one of the enemy's favorite strategies is to make you overlook your growth. He wants you to become so focused on what is not perfect that you fail to notice what is improving. He wants you to compare yourself to others until you feel inadequate. He wants you to focus on your weaknesses until you forget your strengths. He wants you to magnify your failures until you lose confidence in your future. But today I am calling you to reject those lies. You are growing. You are changing. You are becoming stronger. You are becoming wiser. You are becoming more prepared for the purpose I have placed within you. The process may not always be visible. The growth may not always be obvious. The progress may not always happen as quickly as you would like. But it is happening. Think about the person you were years ago. Think about how you handled challenges back then. Think about how you responded to disappointment. Think about how easily fear controlled your decisions. Think about how often doubt ruled your thinking. Now look at yourself today. You may still be growing. You may still have questions. You may still face challenges. But you are not the same person. You have learned things that experience could teach no other way. You have developed strength that comfort could never produce. You have gained wisdom that only comes through perseverance. You have become more resilient than you realize. Do not ignore that growth. Celebrate it, not with pride, but with gratitude. Because every step forward is evidence of my work in your life. Every lesson learned is evidence of my guidance. Every challenge overcome is evidence of my faithfulness. Nothing happens without purpose. Nothing is wasted. Nothing is meaningless. Even the seasons that seemed difficult have contributed to who you are becoming. There were times when you thought you were falling apart, but I was teaching you to depend on me. There were times when you felt lost, but I was teaching you to trust my guidance. There were times when you felt weak, but I was building strength within you. There were times when you felt alone, but I was drawing you closer to my presence. What you called weakness often became strength. What you called failure often became wisdom. What you called delay often became preparation. What you called disappointment often became redirection. That is why you must stop judging your journey too harshly. Growth is not always dramatic. Sometimes it happens quietly. Sometimes it happens one lesson at a time. Sometimes it happens one day at a time. Sometimes it happens through challenges that seem insignificant at first. But over time, those small moments create lasting transformation. Do not become discouraged because you are still growing. Everyone grows. Everyone learns. Everyone faces challenges. The goal is not perfection. The goal is progress. The goal is becoming more aligned with the purpose I created for you. The goal is learning to trust me more deeply. The goal is becoming the person you were designed to be. Many people become trapped because they expect instant transformation. They want immediate results. They want overnight success. They want growth without process. But lasting growth takes time. A strong tree does not grow overnight. A solid foundation is not built instantly. Character develops through consistent choices. Faith grows through repeated trust. Wisdom develops through experience. And all of these things require time. Be patient with yourself. Be patient with the process. Be patient with the season you are in. I am not finished with you. There are still lessons to learn. There are still opportunities ahead. There are still victories waiting. There are still chapters yet to be written. The story is not over. The journey is not complete. The work is not finished. Continue watching until the end of this series because every message is designed to help you strengthen your faith, develop greater wisdom, and build a life centered on trust, hope, and purpose. The truths you apply today can impact your future in ways you cannot yet imagine. Today, I want you to stop focusing only on what still needs improvement. Start recognizing the growth that has already happened. Start appreciating the strength you have developed. Start acknowledging the wisdom you have gained. Start thanking me for the progress you have made. Because gratitude changes perspective, and perspective changes how you walk through life. If you believe that God is still working in you and through you, type, "God is changing me" in the comments. Remember this truth. You are not who you used to be. You are growing. You are learning. You are becoming stronger. You are becoming wiser. And every day you continue trusting me, I am shaping you into the person I created you to be. Keep moving forward. Keep believing. Keep trusting. Because the work I have begun in your life is far from finished. And what I am building within you today will prepare you for the blessings, opportunities, and purpose that lie ahead. Listen to me carefully today. Before you move on to the next thing, before the noise of the world competes for your attention, I want you to be still and hear my voice. There is something weighing on your heart, something you have carried for longer than most people realize. It is not visible to everyone around you, but it is visible to me. I know the prayers you have whispered when nobody else was listening. I know the tears you wiped away before anyone could see them. I know the hopes you stopped talking about because disappointment became too painful. I know the dreams you quietly placed on a shelf because waiting became exhausting. I know every single one of them. Nothing you have brought before me has been forgotten. Nothing. There are moments when you wonder if your prayers have reached me at all. You look at your circumstances and see little change. You look at the passing months and wonder why the answer has not arrived. You look at your situation and question whether anything is happening. But I want you to understand something important. Just because an answer has not appeared yet does not mean I have ignored your prayer. Just because you cannot see movement does not mean nothing is happening. Just because the answer is delayed does not mean the answer is denied. Many times, I am working on things beyond what you can currently see. You pray for a blessing. I prepare you for the responsibility that comes with it. You pray for an opportunity. I prepare the opportunity and the person who will step into it. You pray for healing. I begin working in areas deeper than the pain you initially noticed. You pray for direction. I begin arranging circumstances that will eventually guide your path. You often focus on the answer. I focus on the entire process. My child, there are prayers you prayed years ago that are still shaping your life today. There are requests you brought before me that set certain events into motion long before you realized it. There are blessings you are currently enjoying that began as prayers you almost forgot you prayed. That is why I need you to stop measuring my faithfulness by the speed of the answer. Measure it by my consistency. Measure it by my presence. Measure it by the fact that I have carried you through every season so far. There were times when you thought you would not make it through, yet here you are. There were times when you thought your strength would run out, yet here you are. There were times when you thought hope was gone, yet here you are. That is not an accident. That is evidence that I have been with you every step of the way. I know that waiting can be difficult. Waiting tests patience. Waiting challenges faith. Waiting reveals what is truly in the heart. But waiting is not punishment. Waiting is often preparation. The farmer does not plant a seed and expect a harvest the next day. The builder does not lay a foundation and expect a completed house by evening. Growth requires time. Development requires time. Preparation requires time. And sometimes the answers you seek require time. Do not become discouraged because progress feels slow. Do not allow frustration to convince you that nothing is happening. The seasons that seem quiet are often the seasons where deep work is taking place. The roots grow before the fruit appears. The foundation is strengthened before the structure rises. The preparation happens before the opportunity arrives. Trust me in the process. Trust me in the waiting. Trust me in the silence. Because even when you cannot hear my voice clearly, I am still near. Even when you cannot understand my timing, I am still faithful. Even when you cannot see the outcome, I am still working. The enemy wants you to become impatient. He wants you to give up just before growth becomes visible. He wants you to stop believing just before hope begins to rise again. He wants you to abandon trust and settle for discouragement. Do not listen to that voice. Listen to mine. I have not forgotten you. I have not overlooked you. I have not misplaced your prayer. I have not ignored your tears. I know exactly where you are, and I know exactly what you need. There are some things you have prayed for that require patience. There are some blessings that require preparation. There are some opportunities that require growth. There are some answers that require the right timing. Trust that I know the difference. Trust that I understand what you cannot yet see. Trust that my timing is not designed to frustrate you, but to prepare you. One day, you will look back and understand why certain answers took longer than expected. One day you will see how the waiting protected you. One day you will recognize how the delay strengthened you. One day you will understand how every season served a purpose. Until then, keep praying, keep believing, keep trusting, keep hoping. Do not allow temporary disappointment to steal your long-term faith. Continue watching until the very end of this journey, because every message is designed to help strengthen your faith, deepen your trust, and provide wisdom that can guide you through life's most challenging seasons. The lessons you learned today can become the foundation for tomorrow's victories. Today, I want you to remember this simple truth. I have not forgotten the prayers you cried in secret. I heard them. I remember them. I care about them. And I am still working. If you believe that God hears every prayer, even when the answer has not yet arrived, type "God hears me" in the comments. Remember this, your prayers matter. Your faith matters. Your journey matters. Your story matters. Keep trusting me. Keep walking forward. Keep believing. Because what I am doing in your life is bigger than what you can currently see. And the prayers you thought were forgotten are still known, still remembered, and still held safely in my hands. Listen to me today. Slow your thoughts for a moment and allow these words to reach your heart. There is something you have been saying to yourself that I need you to stop believing. You keep saying, "I am not strong enough." You keep looking at the challenges ahead and wondering if you can handle them. You keep questioning whether you have what it takes to keep moving forward. You keep looking at the size of the mountain instead of remembering who walks beside you. But today, I want to remind you of a truth that can change everything. The strength you need is already being built inside you. You may not fully recognize it yet. You may not feel it every day. You may not see it when you look in the mirror. But I see it. I see the courage that has developed through every challenge. I see the resilience that has grown through every disappointment. I see the wisdom that has emerged through every difficult lesson. I see the faith that has survived every storm. You are stronger than you think. Many people assume strength means never feeling afraid. That is not true. Strength is moving forward even when fear tries to stop you. Many people assume strength means never feeling tired. That is not true. Strength is continuing to trust me even when the journey feels exhausting. Many people assume strength means having all the answers. That is not true. Strength is believing me when answers are still unfolding. My child, some of the strongest people are those who have cried and still prayed. Those who were disappointed and still hoped. Those who were wounded and still chose kindness. Those who were uncertain and still chose faith. That kind of strength cannot be purchased. That kind of strength cannot be learned from books alone. That kind of strength is developed through experience. And that is exactly what has been happening in your life. Every challenge has been teaching you something. Every obstacle has been revealing something. Every season has been building something, even when you did not understand it. Even when you wished the season would end, even when you questioned why it was necessary, I was still working. I was still strengthening. I was still preparing. Think about how many things you have already survived. There were moments you thought would break you, moments you thought you would never recover from, moments when the future seemed uncertain, moments when hope felt distant. Yet somehow you kept going. Somehow, you found the strength to take another step. Somehow, you found the courage to continue. That strength did not come from nowhere. It came from me. I was sustaining you even when you did not realize it. I was carrying you even when you felt alone. I was strengthening you even when you felt weak. Do not underestimate what I have already placed within you. The world often teaches people to focus on what they lack. I want you to recognize what you already possess. You possess experience. You possess wisdom. You possess resilience. You possess faith. You possess lessons learned through real life. You possess strength that was forged through challenges. These things matter. These things have value. These things will help carry you into future seasons. There are opportunities ahead that will require courage. There are responsibilities ahead that will require wisdom. There are blessings ahead that will require maturity. There are assignments ahead that will require faith. That is why this season has been important. You are not merely enduring it. You are growing through it. You are not simply surviving. You are being prepared. You are not being forgotten. You are being strengthened. The enemy wants you to focus on your weaknesses. He wants you to believe you are incapable. He wants you to underestimate yourself. He wants you to question everything I have placed inside you. But I want you to see yourself differently, not through pride, not through arrogance, but through truth. The truth is that I have been developing qualities inside you that will help you accomplish things you cannot yet imagine. The truth is that your challenges have not been meaningless. The truth is that your struggles have not been wasted. The truth is that your growth is real. And the truth is that I am not finished strengthening you yet. There are still lessons ahead. There is still growth ahead. There is still wisdom ahead. There is still preparation ahead. But do not mistake ongoing growth for weakness. Just because you are still growing does not mean you are weak. Just because you are still learning does not mean you are failing. Just because you are still developing does not mean you are behind. Growth is evidence of life. Growth is evidence of purpose. Growth is evidence that I am still working. My child, I want you to stop speaking defeat over yourself. Stop saying, I can't. Stop saying, I'm not enough. Stop saying, it's impossible. Stop saying, nothing will ever change. Those words do not align with the truth. Instead, begin reminding yourself of what I have already done. Remember the battles you survived. Remember the obstacles you overcame. Remember the lessons you learned. Remember the faithfulness you experienced. Let those memories strengthen your confidence, not confidence in yourself alone. Confidence in me. Confidence that I will continue guiding you. Confidence that I will continue strengthening you. Confidence that I will continue helping you grow. Continue watching until the very end of this journey, because every message is designed to help strengthen your faith, deepen your trust, and equip you with wisdom that can transform your daily life. What you apply today can become the strength you rely upon tomorrow. Today, I want you to remember this simple truth. You are stronger than you think because I am working within you. You are wiser than you realize because I have been teaching you. You are more prepared than you feel because I have been training you. And you are not alone because I am with you. If you believe that God is building strength inside you right now, type, God is my strength, in the comments. Remember this, the challenges did not come to destroy you. The struggles did not come to define you. The difficulties did not come to defeat you. They came to develop you. And as you continue trusting me, you will discover that the strength you thought you lacked has been growing inside you all along. Keep moving forward. Keep believing. Keep trusting. Because the person you are becoming is stronger, wiser, and more prepared than you can currently see. And I am still shaping you for the purpose that lies ahead. Listen to me today. Quiet the noise around you for a moment and hear my voice speaking directly to your heart. There is something that has occupied your thoughts more than it should. It follows you into your mornings. It lingers in your evenings. It appears in your quiet moments and tries to steal your peace. It is the fear of what might happen. The fear that things will not work out. The fear that the answer will never come. The fear that the situation will not improve. The fear that you will face disappointment again. The fear that the future will repeat the pain of the past. I know that fear. I know how real it feels. I know how convincing it sounds. But today, I want you to hear a truth that can change the way you walk through this season. The thing you fear most will not have the final word. I will. Your circumstances do not have the final word. Your mistakes do not have the final word. Your critics do not have the final word. Your failures do not have the final word. Your fears do not have the final word. I do. Too often you allow fear to write stories about your future. You imagine worst-case scenarios. You prepare for disasters that never happen. You assume the outcome before the journey is complete. You let uncertainty convince you that defeat is inevitable. But fear is not your author. I am, and I am still writing your story. My child, there were seasons in your past when you feared the worst. You thought you would never recover. You thought the situation would destroy you. You thought the pain would never end. You thought the obstacle was too great. Yet here you are. You survived. You learned. You grew. You continued. Why? Because I was with you. The same God who carried you then is carrying you now. The same God who strengthened you then is strengthening you now. The same God who made a way then is able to make a way now. Do not allow present fears to erase the memory of my past faithfulness. Remember what I have already done. Remember the prayers I answered. Remember the doors I opened. Remember the strength I provided. Remember the wisdom I gave. Remember the protection you received. The evidence of my faithfulness is all around your life. Fear wants you to forget. Faith remembers. Fear focuses on possibilities of failure. Faith focuses on the certainty of my presence. Fear asks, what if everything goes wrong? Faith asks, What if God is already working? Fear magnifies obstacles. Faith magnifies me. And when you magnify me, obstacles begin to appear smaller than they once did, not because the challenges disappear instantly, but because your perspective changes. You begin to remember that you are not facing life alone. You begin to remember that I am greater than every problem. You begin to remember that I know things you do not know. You begin to remember that my plans extend far beyond your current understanding. There are things happening right now that you cannot yet see. There are solutions developing. There are opportunities approaching. There are lessons forming. There are answers taking shape. And while you are worried about what could go wrong, I am working on what can go right. Trust me. Trust me more than your fears. Trust me more than your doubts. Trust me more than the negative voices around you. Trust me more than the discouraging thoughts that try to fill your mind. Because fear is a poor guide. Fear sees only limitations. Fear sees only obstacles. Fear sees only uncertainty. But I see possibility. I see purpose. I see growth. I see opportunity. I see the future. I am preparing for you. My child, you do not need to know every detail of tomorrow to trust me today. You do not need to understand every step of the journey to take the next fateful step. You do not need complete certainty about the future to walk forward in faith. You simply need to remember who is walking beside you. I am. When you feel weak, I am with you. When you feel uncertain, I am with you. When you feel overwhelmed, I am with you. When you feel discouraged, I am with you. When you feel afraid, I am with you. And my presence is greater than anything that tries to intimidate you. Do not allow fear to make decisions that belong to faith. Do not allow fear to limit the possibilities I have placed before you. Do not allow fear to convince you that your future is smaller than my promises. You were created for more than survival. You were created for purpose. You were created for growth. You were created to walk in faith. You were created to trust me. There are blessings waiting on the other side of courage. There are opportunities waiting on the other side of trust. There are victories waiting on the other side of perseverance. Keep moving forward. Keep believing. Keep trusting. The fear you are facing today is not greater than the God who is leading you. Continue watching until the very end of this journey, because every message is designed to strengthen your faith, renew your hope, and help you develop the mindset needed to overcome challenges and walk confidently into your future. What you learn today can become a source of strength for years to come. Today, I want you to make a decision. Stop giving fear authority over your thoughts. Stop allowing fear to shape your expectations. Stop allowing fear to determine your future. Instead, place your trust in me. Because I am faithful, I am present, I am powerful, and I am still working. If you believe that God will have the final word over every situation in your life, type "God has the final word" in the comments. Remember this truth: fear is temporary. My promises remain. Fear is limited. My power is unlimited. Fear speaks loudly, but my truth speaks louder. Keep your eyes on me. Keep your heart anchored in faith, and keep moving forward, because the story is not over. The journey is not finished, and what I am preparing for your future is greater than the fears trying to hold you back today. Listen to me today. Do not let your attention drift. Do not allow the concerns of the day to distract you from what I am about to tell you. There is a reason you are hearing these words at this moment. There is a reason your heart has not given up completely, even after everything you have faced. There is a reason you still feel a desire to keep going, even when the road has been difficult. That reason is simple. I am not finished with you. You may feel tired. You may feel discouraged. You may feel uncertain about what comes next. But I need you to understand something today. The future I am preparing for you requires you to keep moving forward. You cannot reach tomorrow while living entirely in yesterday. You cannot embrace new opportunities while remaining trapped in old disappointments. You cannot walk confidently into your purpose while constantly looking backward. There comes a time when healing must become movement. There comes a time when learning must become action. There comes a time when waiting must become trusting. And for many of you listening today, that time is now. My child, I know you have experienced setbacks. I know there are things that did not happen the way you hoped. I know there are prayers you wanted, answered differently. I know there are wounds that still ache when certain memories return. I know there are moments you wish you could erase. But I did not create you to live permanently in those moments. I created you to move forward, not because the pain was insignificant, not because the disappointment was unimportant, but because your future is too valuable to be held hostage by your past. The enemy wants you to stay focused on what went wrong. He wants you to replay failures repeatedly. He wants you to relive disappointments over and over again. He wants you to spend so much time looking behind you that you never fully see what is ahead. Do not give him that victory. Instead, look at what I am teaching you. Look at the wisdom you have gained. Look at the strength you have developed. Look at the faith that has survived. Look at the growth that has taken place. Everything you have experienced has taught you something valuable. Everything. Even the seasons you would never choose to repeat. Even the chapters you wish had been easier. Even the battles that left scars. You learned something. You grew somehow. You became stronger. And now those lessons can help carry you into the next season of your life. Many people remain stuck because they spend all their energy wishing the past had been different. But wishing cannot change yesterday. Faith can change tomorrow. That is why I want your focus on where I am leading you. There are opportunities ahead. There are lessons ahead. There are relationships ahead. There are victories ahead. There are moments ahead that will make sense of things that currently seem confusing. You may not see them yet. You may not understand them yet, but they exist. And every faithful step you take brings you closer to them. Do not underestimate the importance of small steps. Many people are waiting for a dramatic sign while ignoring the simple opportunities already in front of them. Growth often happens one decision at a time. Faith often grows one choice at a time. Purpose is often discovered one step at a time. You do not need to know the entire path. You only need enough faith to take the next step. Trust me with the rest. Trust me when answers seem delayed. Trust me when progress feels slow. Trust me when the road appears uncertain. Trust me when fear tries to make you stop. Because every time you choose faith over fear, you become stronger. Every time you choose hope over discouragement, you become wiser. Every time you choose trust over doubt, you become more prepared for what lies ahead. The future is not built in a single moment. It is built through consistent faithfulness. It is built through daily trust. It is built through perseverance. It is built through obedience. And that is exactly what I have been teaching you. You may think this season is only about surviving, but it is about preparation. You may think this season is only about endurance, but it is about growth. You may think this season is only about waiting, but it is about becoming stronger, becoming wiser, becoming more patient, becoming more faithful, becoming more prepared. The person you are becoming today will be able to handle opportunities that the person you used to be was not ready for. That is why this process matters. That is why this season matters. That is why your growth matters. Do not rush through it. Do not despise it. Do not underestimate it. Continue watching until the very end of this journey, because every message is designed to strengthen your faith, renew your perspective, and help you apply principles that can transform your life. What you learn today can become wisdom that guides you through challenges you have not yet faced. Today, I want you to stop focusing on how far you still have to go. Instead, focus on the next faithful step. Stop worrying about the entire journey. Focus on today's obedience. Stop trying to control every outcome. Trust me with the results, because I know where I am leading you. I know what I am preparing. I know what you need. and I know the future I have planned for you. If you are ready to keep moving forward in faith, type, "I will keep going," in the comments. And if these messages have encouraged your heart and strengthened your faith, take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs hope today. If you feel blessed by these words and would like to help this ministry continue reaching people around the world, you can support it through the link below. Your support helps spread encouragement, faith, and hope to those who need it most. Remember this truth: you are not stuck, you are not forgotten, you are not finished. I am still leading you, I am still preparing you, I am still working in your life. And the future I have prepared for you is worth every step of faith it takes to reach it. Keep moving forward, keep trusting, keep believing, because your story is still unfolding, and some of the most meaningful chapters are still ahead. Listen to me carefully today. There is something I want to change in the way you see your life. For too long, you have been looking at your circumstances through the lens of fear. You have been measuring possibilities by limitations. You have been evaluating your future according to your current situation. You have been allowing temporary challenges to influence permanent beliefs. But I am calling you to see differently. I am calling you to see through faith, because what you focus on shapes how you live. If you focus only on problems, you will struggle to recognize opportunities. If you focus only on fear, you will overlook possibilities. If you focus only on what is missing, you will fail to appreciate what is already present. That is why your perspective matters. My child, many of the battles you face are not happening around you. They are happening within you. The battle between faith and fear, the battle between hope and discouragement, the battle between trust and doubt, the battle between believing my promises and believing your worries. Every day you choose which voice will influence your thinking. Fear says the obstacle is too large. Faith says God is greater. Fear says the situation is hopeless. Faith says nothing is impossible with God. Fear says your best days are behind you. Faith says God is still writing your story. Fear says you should stop trying. Faith says keep moving forward. You cannot always control what thoughts enter your mind, but you can choose which thoughts receive your attention. You can choose what you meditate on. You can choose what you believe. You can choose which voice becomes louder. And today, I want you to make a decision. Choose faith. Not because everything is perfect, not because every question is answered, not because every challenge has disappeared, but because I am still with you. There are people listening right now who have become so focused on what is wrong that they have forgotten what is right. They see every closed door but overlook every open one. They see every delay but overlook every lesson. They see every struggle but overlook every blessing. Do not allow negativity to become your default perspective. There is still goodness in your life. There are still reasons to be grateful. There are still opportunities before you. There are still blessings surrounding you. There are still victories ahead of you. Gratitude does not ignore challenges. Gratitude simply refuses to allow challenges to become the entire story. Think about all the things you once prayed for that are already part of your life. Think about the prayers that have already been answered. Think about the opportunities you already have. Think about the strength you already possess. Think about the people who care about you. Think about the lessons you have learned. Think about the growth that has taken place. These things matter. These things are evidence of my faithfulness. And when you begin recognizing them, your perspective begins to change. My child, faith is not pretending difficulties do not exist. Faith is recognizing that difficulties do not have more power than I do. Faith is not denying reality. Faith is trusting me within reality. Faith is not wishful thinking. Faith is confidence in my character. Confidence that I am faithful. Confidence that I am present. Confidence that I am working. Confidence that I know what I am doing. You may not understand every part of the journey. You may not know exactly what comes next, but you do know me, and that is enough to keep moving forward. There will always be reasons to fear. There will always be reasons to worry. There will always be reasons to become discouraged. But there will also always be reasons to trust me. The question is not whether fear exists. The question is which voice you will follow. Will you follow the voice that tells you to quit, or the voice that tells you to continue? Will you follow the voice that magnifies obstacles, or the voice that magnifies God's faithfulness? Will you follow the voice that predicts defeat, or the voice that reminds you of my promises? Choose carefully, because your thoughts influence your actions, and your actions influence your future. Many people are waiting for their circumstances to improve before they change their perspective. But often, perspective changes before circumstances do. Faith begins before evidence appears. Trust begins before answers arrive. Hope begins before results become visible. That is why I am asking you to walk by faith. Not because the journey will always be easy, but because faith allows you to keep moving even when the destination is not fully visible. Continue watching until the very end of this journey, because every message is designed to help you strengthen your faith, renew your thinking, and develop wisdom that can transform your everyday life. The lessons you apply today can help shape the future you experience tomorrow. Today, I want you to stop viewing your life through the lens of fear. Start viewing it through faith. Start looking for opportunities instead of obstacles. Start looking for lessons instead of limitations. Start looking for evidence of my presence instead of reasons to worry, because I am still with you. I am still guiding you. I am still teaching you. I am still working. If you choose to see your life through faith today, type "I walk by faith" in the comments. Remember this truth: fear focuses on problems. Faith focuses on God. Fear predicts defeat. Faith expects growth. Fear sees limits. Faith sees possibilities. Keep your eyes on me. Keep your heart full of hope. Keep moving forward, because the future I am preparing for you will require faith, and the perspective you choose today will influence the path you walk tomorrow. Listen to me today. Set aside every distraction for a moment and hear my voice. There is something I want you to understand about this season of your life. You have been asking questions about your future. You have been wondering where the road is leading. You have been trying to understand why certain things happened and why certain doors opened while others remained closed. What you cannot fully see right now is that I am leading you into a season of greater purpose. This season is not random. This season is not meaningless. This season is not an accident. Every lesson, every challenge, every victory, every delay, every opportunity, every closed door, every open door, all of it has been part of a process that is preparing you for something greater than you currently understand. My child, purpose is not something you suddenly discover one morning. Purpose is often revealed one step at a time. It unfolds through obedience. It unfolds through growth. It unfolds through faithfulness. Many people spend their lives waiting for a dramatic revelation while ignoring the simple assignments already in front of them. They want the entire map. I often provide the next step. They want complete clarity. I often provide enough light for the next part of the journey. They want certainty. I invite them to trust. That is how faith grows. That is how purpose unfolds. And that is exactly what I have been teaching you. There have been moments when you felt overlooked, moments when you felt forgotten, moments when you wondered if your efforts mattered. But I want you to know that every act of faithfulness matters. Every kind word matters. Every act of obedience matters. Every decision to trust me matters. Nothing is wasted. Nothing is unnoticed. Nothing is forgotten. The world often celebrates visible success. I often focus on hidden character. The world rewards appearance. I develop integrity. The world looks at achievement. I look at the heart. That is why some of your greatest growth has happened in seasons that nobody else fully understood. The lessons you learned in private are preparing you for opportunities in public. The character developed in hidden places is preparing you for future influence. The faith built during difficult seasons is preparing you for greater responsibilities. Do not underestimate what I have been doing. Even now, there are things taking place that you cannot yet see. There are opportunities approaching. There are connections being formed. There are lessons being completed. There are doors being prepared. There are answers coming into place. You may not recognize them today, but one day you will look back and see how every piece fit together. You will understand why certain delays happened. You will understand why certain struggles were necessary. You will understand why certain opportunities did not work out. You will understand how my hand was guiding you even when the path seemed unclear. My child, many people assume purpose is about achieving something great, but true purpose begins with becoming who I created you to be. Before I focus on what you do, I focus on who you are becoming, because who you become determines how you handle what you receive. Character matters. Integrity matters. Faithfulness matters. Humility matters. Compassion matters. These qualities are not distractions from your purpose. They are part of your purpose. That is why I have been teaching you patience. That is why I have been teaching you trust. That is why I have been teaching you perseverance. That is why I have been teaching you gratitude. Everything is connected. Everything serves a purpose. Everything contributes to your growth. Do not compare your journey to someone else's. Do not assume you are behind. Do not measure your progress using someone else's timeline. I am leading you according to my plan for your life, not theirs. Yours. Your journey is unique. Your calling is unique. Your assignments are unique. Your experiences are unique. Trust the path I have chosen for you. Trust the pace I have chosen for you. Trust the lessons I am teaching you. Trust the growth taking place within you. Because I know exactly where I am leading you. There may be times when the next step feels small. Take it anyway. There may be times when progress feels slow. Keep moving anyway. There may be times when the destination seems far away. Trust me anyway. Faithfulness in small things often leads to greater opportunities. Consistency in difficult seasons often creates future breakthroughs. Trust in uncertain moments often leads to deeper peace. You do not need to rush. You do not need to force things. You do not need to have every answer. You simply need to continue walking with me. One step, one day, one act of faith at a time. Continue watching until the very end of this journey, because every message is designed to help you strengthen your faith, discover greater purpose, and apply wisdom that can transform your daily life. The lessons you are learning now can help shape decisions that influence your future for years to come. Today, I want you to stop worrying about whether your life has purpose. It does. Stop questioning whether your journey matters. It does. Stop wondering whether I'm guiding you. I am. Instead, focus on being faithful where you are. Focus on trusting me today. Focus on taking the next step, because purpose is often discovered while walking forward in faith. If you believe that God is leading you into greater purpose, type, "God is guiding my path," in the comments. Remember this truth. You are not wandering. You are not forgotten. You are not without direction. I am leading you. I am teaching you. I am preparing you. And the purpose I have placed upon your life is still unfolding. Keep trusting. Keep growing. Keep moving forward, because the journey is not over, and some of the most meaningful chapters of your story are still waiting to be revealed. Listen to me today, before you focus on what you want me to change around you. I want you to consider what I may be changing within you. Before you look at the circumstances that need improvement, before you think about the doors you want opened, before you think about the answers you are waiting for, I want you to understand a truth. that many people overlook. The breakthrough you seek is often connected to the person you are becoming. Many people spend their lives waiting for external change. They wait for a better opportunity. They wait for a better season. They wait for a better situation. They wait for a better future. But they never realize that while they are waiting for circumstances to change, I am often working to change them. Because lasting transformation does not begin around you. It begins within you. My child, there are things I want to do through your life that require growth. There are opportunities ahead that require maturity. There are blessings ahead that require wisdom. There are responsibilities ahead that require character. And that is why this season matters so much. You may see delay. I see development. You may see waiting. I see preparation. You may see obstacles. I see opportunities for growth. You may see frustration. I see lessons that will serve you for years to come. Trust me when I tell you that nothing you are experiencing is without purpose. Every challenge is teaching something. Every season is revealing something. Every lesson is building something. Even the moments you would rather skip are contributing to who you are becoming. Think about how different your life would be if every challenge had been removed instantly. Would you have learned patience? Would you have developed perseverance? Would you have gained wisdom? Would you have learned how deeply you can trust me? Probably not. Growth often happens where comfort ends. Strength often develops where difficulty begins. Wisdom often emerges through experience. That is why I do not waste your struggles. I use them. Not to harm you, not to discourage you, but to strengthen you, to prepare you, to shape you. My child, you have spent too much time focusing on what is not happening. You have spent too much time looking at what remains unfinished. You have spent too much time measuring your life according to what is still missing. But I want you to start recognizing what is already changing. Look at your heart. Look at your perspective. Look at your faith. Look at your understanding. You are not the same person you used to be. You have learned things. You have survived things. You have overcome things. You have grown through things. You have become stronger than you realize. The person who once panicked now prays. The person who once quit now perseveres. The person who once doubted now trusts more deeply. The person who once feared now walks with greater confidence. That is growth. That is transformation. That is evidence that I am working. Do not overlook it. The enemy wants you to believe that nothing is changing. He wants you to focus only on what remains incomplete. He wants you to ignore your progress. He wants you to overlook your growth. Because if you recognize how much you have already grown, you will begin trusting me more fully. You will begin walking more confidently. You will begin expecting greater things. An expectation rooted in faith is powerful, not because it forces outcomes, but because it changes how you walk through life. People who trust me walk differently. They face challenges differently. They handle setbacks differently. They view obstacles differently. Why? Because they understand that I am still working. Even when they cannot see everything. Even when answers seem delayed. Even when progress feels slow. My child, stop measuring your future according to today's limitations. The future is not determined by what is difficult today. The future is influenced by who you are becoming today. That is why character matters. That is why growth matters. That is why faith matters. That is why obedience matters. The person you are becoming is preparing you for the future you are praying for. Trust the process. Trust the lessons. Trust the growth. Trust my timing. Because I know exactly what I am doing. There are things ahead that you cannot yet imagine. There are opportunities ahead that you cannot yet see. There are blessings ahead that you cannot yet understand. And I am preparing you for them right now. Do not become impatient. Do not become discouraged. Do not give up because progress feels slow. The strongest trees grow over time. The strongest foundations take time. The strongest faith develops through experience. And the strongest people are often shaped in seasons nobody else fully understands. Continue watching until the very end of this journey, because every message is designed to help you strengthen your faith, develop greater wisdom, and apply principles that can transform your life. The lessons you embrace today can influence your future in ways you cannot yet see. Today, I want you to stop focusing only on the breakthrough you want. Start paying attention to the growth taking place within you. Start recognizing the wisdom you are gaining. Start appreciating the strength you are developing. Start thanking me for the lessons you are learning. Because the breakthrough you seek is not only about changing circumstances, it is also about becoming the person prepared to walk in that blessing. If you believe that God is shaping you for something greater, type "God is preparing me" in the comments. Remember this truth: I am not only working on your future, I am working on you. I am strengthening you. I am teaching you. I am guiding you. I am preparing you. And the person you are becoming today is part of the answer to the prayers you have been praying. Keep trusting. Keep growing. Keep believing. Because what I am building within you will become one of the greatest blessings of your life. And the purpose I have prepared for you is closer than you realize. Listen to me carefully today. There is something I need you to understand before you move forward. The season you are in right now is not telling the whole story. The circumstances around you are not revealing everything I am doing. The challenges you see are not the only things taking place. You have been looking at your life and wondering if anything is truly changing. You have been waiting for visible evidence. You have been hoping for clear signs. You have been looking for immediate results. And because those results have not appeared as quickly as you expected, discouragement has tried to settle into your heart. But I want you to hear me clearly today. Do not let this season convince you that nothing is changing. Just because growth is not visible does not mean growth is not happening. Just because answers have not arrived yet does not mean they are not coming. Just because progress feels slow does not mean progress has stopped. Many of the greatest transformations happen quietly. A seed grows beneath the soil long before anyone sees a plant. A foundation is strengthened long before a building rises. Character develops long before opportunities reveal why it was necessary. Preparation often happens in hidden places. That is exactly why faith is important. Faith allows you to trust the process before the results become visible. Faith allows you to keep moving before the destination appears. Faith allows you to continue believing when circumstances seem unchanged. My child, I know there are days when you feel frustrated. You pray and wonder if anything is happening. You work hard and wonder if your efforts matter. You keep showing up and wonder if anyone notices. You continue trusting and wonder if your faith is making a difference. The answer is yes. Your faith matters. Your obedience matters. Your perseverance matters. Your consistency matters. Nothing you do in faith is wasted. Nothing. Every act of obedience builds something. Every decision to trust me strengthens something. Every moment of perseverance develops something, even when you cannot immediately see it. The enemy wants you to become impatient. He wants you to believe that because results are delayed, they will never come. He wants you to think that because progress feels slow, there is no progress at all. He wants you to stop before growth becomes visible. Do not listen to that voice. Instead, remember who has been carrying you. Remember who has sustained you. Remember who has guided you. Remember who has remained faithful. I have not brought you this far to abandon you now. I have not invested this much into your growth to leave the work unfinished. I have not walked beside you through every previous season only to disappear in this one. I am still here. I am still working. I am still guiding. I am still preparing. You may not understand every detail, but you do not need to understand everything to trust me. You only need to remember my faithfulness. Look back over your life. Think about moments when you thought nothing would ever change. Think about situations that once seemed impossible. Think about challenges that appeared overwhelming. Yet somehow those seasons passed. Somehow, growth happened. Somehow, healing came. Somehow, you continued moving forward. That same faithfulness is available to you now. The same God who helped you before is helping you today. The same God who guided you before is guiding you now. The same God who opened doors before is still able to open doors. Do not allow temporary frustration to create permanent doubt. Do not allow current challenges to erase past evidence of my goodness. Do not allow impatience to steal your peace. Trust me. Trust the process. Trust the lessons. Trust the timing. There are things happening behind the scenes that you cannot yet see. There are prayers moving toward answers. There are opportunities moving toward alignment. There are lessons becoming wisdom. There are experiences becoming strength. There are struggles becoming testimony. One day you will look back and understand. One day you will see how the pieces fit together. One day you will recognize that I was working even when everything seemed quiet. Until then, keep walking. Keep trusting. Keep believing. My child, some people give up because they expect transformation to happen instantly, but lasting growth takes time. Strong faith takes time. Deep wisdom takes time. Meaningful character takes time. Do not rush what I am building. Do not despise small beginnings. Do not underestimate quiet seasons. Some of the most important work of your life is happening right now, even if nobody else sees it. Even if you do not fully recognize it yet. Continue watching until the very end of this journey, because every message is designed to strengthen your faith, renew your hope, and help you apply wisdom that can transform your daily life. What you are learning today may become the foundation for opportunities, relationships, and victories that are still ahead. Today, I want you to stop asking, why isn't everything changing? Instead ask, what is God teaching me through this season? Stop focusing only on what is missing. Start appreciating what is growing. Stop measuring progress solely by visible results. Start recognizing the invisible work taking place within you. Because growth is happening. Strength is developing. Wisdom is increasing. Faith is deepening. And I am still working. If you believe that God is working even when you cannot see immediate results, type "God is working in me" in the comments. Remember this truth. You are not standing still. You are not forgotten. You are not wasting time. You are growing. You are learning. You are becoming. And the season that feels quiet today may become the testimony that inspires others tomorrow. Keep trusting. Keep moving forward. Keep your eyes on me, because the story is not finished. The work is not complete, and what I am preparing for your future is greater than anything you can currently imagine. Listen to me today. Before you allow another thought of doubt to enter your mind, before you focus on another worry about the future, before you look at another problem and wonder how it will be solved, I want you to stop and hear my voice clearly. You have spent enough time looking at what is behind you. You have spent enough time focusing on mistakes, disappointments, delays, and losses. You have spent enough time wondering whether your best days are already gone. Today, I want to remind you of something powerful. The best chapter of your story has not been written yet. What you have experienced so far is not the conclusion. What you have survived so far is not the ending. What you have achieved so far is not the limit. I am still writing your story, and as long as I am writing, there is still hope. There is still purpose. There is still opportunity. There is still growth. There is still more. My child, many people allow past experiences to define future expectations. Because they experienced disappointment before, they expect disappointment again. Because they faced rejection before, they expect rejection again. Because they experienced delays before, they expect delays forever. But I never called you to build your future around your past pain. I called you to build your future around faith. The enemy wants you to believe that your story is already determined. He wants you to believe that nothing significant will change. He wants you to believe that the struggles you face today will follow you forever. He wants you to lower your expectations. He wants you to stop hoping. He wants you to settle. Do not listen to that voice. Instead, listen to mine. I am the God of new beginnings. I am the God who restores. I am the God who redeems. I am the God who creates opportunities where none seem to exist. I am the God who brings purpose out of pain. I am the God who can do more than you currently imagine. That is why you must never allow your current circumstances to become permanent conclusions. Your situation may change. Your understanding may grow. Your opportunities may expand. Your relationships may improve. Your faith may deepen. Your perspective may transform. There is always more that I can do. As long as you continue trusting me, your story remains full of possibility. Think about your life for a moment. Think about everything you have already survived. Think about everything you have already learned. Think about the strength you have gained. Think about the wisdom you have developed. Think about the faith that has carried you through difficult seasons. You are not the same person you were before. You have grown. You have matured. You have become stronger. You have become wiser. You have become more prepared. And that growth is important because what lies ahead will require the person you are becoming today. The lessons you learn through struggle will help you in future opportunities. The wisdom you gained through waiting will help you in future decisions. The patience you develop through delays will help you in future seasons. Nothing has been wasted. Not one lesson, not one challenge, not one tear, not one prayer. I have used it all, and I will continue using it all for your good. My child, there will always be reasons to become discouraged if you focus only on what is unfinished. There will always be reasons to become impatient if you focus only on what has not happened yet. But there will also always be reasons to remain hopeful, because I am still working. I am still teaching. I am still guiding. I am still opening doors. I am still preparing opportunities. I am still strengthening your faith. I am still shaping your future. Do not stop now. Do not become weary in doing good. Do not surrender your hope. Do not allow fear to become your guide. Keep walking with me. Keep trusting me. Keep believing. Keep growing. Keep learning. Keep moving forward. One day you will look back and realize that the season you almost gave up in became the season that changed everything. One day you will see how challenges prepared you. One day you will see how delays protected you. One day you will see how lessons strengthened you. One day you will see how my hand was guiding you through every step. Until then, trust me. Trust me when answers seem delayed. Trust me when progress feels slow. Trust me when the road appears uncertain. Trust me when circumstances are confusing. Trust me when faith feels difficult. Because I am faithful. And I always will be. Continue watching until the very end of this entire journey and return whenever you need encouragement. Because these messages are meant to help you strengthen your faith, renew your hope, and apply timeless wisdom that can transform your life. The truths you have learned throughout this journey are not just words to hear. They are principles to live by every day. Today, I want you to make a declaration. Refuse to believe that your best days are behind you. Refuse to believe that your story is over. Refuse to believe that nothing can change. Instead, choose faith. Choose hope. Choose trust. Choose perseverance. Choose growth. Because I am still working in your life. If you believe that God is still writing your story, type, "My best chapter is ahead," in the comments. And if these messages have encouraged your heart, strengthened your faith, and helped you draw closer to God, take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs hope today. If you feel blessed by these words and would like to help this ministry continue reaching people around the world, you can support it through the link below. Your support helps spread faith, encouragement, and hope to countless lives. Remember this truth. You are not forgotten. You are not defeated. You are not finished. You are not alone. I am with you. I am guiding you. I am strengthening you. I am preparing you. And the best chapter of your story has not been written yet. Keep trusting. Keep believing. Keep moving forward. Because your future is still unfolding, your purpose is still developing, and the journey ahead is filled with opportunities, growth, faith, and hope. The story continues, and I am still writing it. Amen.